So today let us start with the next session. So we are studying the programming in C. In that we are discussing today about matrix. Previous class we have discussed about so many operations in matrix, that is matrix addition, subtraction, multiplication, and what are the rules to be followed, how the addition is done, how the multiplication is done, what are the conditions to be kept in mind that we discussed. So now today we are moving forward and we are discussing about strings. So we know what do you mean by a string, that in C, because strings in C, strings in C++, a quite difference is there, reading and writing, formatting or the syntax wise. A string in C programming is a sequence of characters terminated with a null character \0. Actually, strings are defined as an array of characters. The difference between a character array and a string is that you should remember one thing, because you're telling it's an array of characters. So what are the differences between an array, character array and string then? A group of characters, you're saying that it's a string, no? So what is the difference, main difference between a character array and a string is that string is terminated with a unique character /0, \0 called end of string. It is also called as null character. This is the main feature, a main characteristic of a string. So how do you declare a string? String will have first data type to be defined. The data type is char because it is an array of characters. Char followed by name of that string, a string name. So it's user defined name with the size defined. So here name is a character array or string variable. It can hold the maximum of 14 characters. You have defined 15 here, but it can hold only 14. Why? Because the index starts from 0 to 13, and 14 characters should be \0. This is null terminated string or end of string. This always you should keep in mind while doing string operation. The final last character should be always reserved to store this value. In C strings, the initialization, how can you do the initialization? So we learned how do you declare a string. Now let us see how to initialize a string. So char is a data type and C is a variable, string variable. So when you want to initialize these different types of, different fashions or ways to initialize a string. First type is like this. This is one type of initialization. Okay, you can do the initialization like this also. Char C followed by empty, which is equal to within double quotes whatever you want to initialize. So here /0 character will be automatically inserted by the compiler. Other way of initializing the string is char CO 50. Here defining the size. Here also, you can initialize it like this also. /0 character will be automatically inserted by the compiler. And here also, this is another way of initializing. Within flower bracket, within single quotes, you can initialize all the characters. And the other way, these are the different ways of initializing characters. So first one is, you can hold Either you can follow first one or second one or third one or fourth one. These are the different ways of initializing the string. So what version you should remember? Always declare character array size 1 greater than required size. Why greater than required size? Because to store /0, \0 at the end. Otherwise, your string, your data will be terminated. That because it will never compromise. The /0, it will insert, the compiler will insert itself, but if you don't leave the place, it will take the place of the text or character wherever it is. Okay. And I have given an example here. For example, see, streg is a string variable. It can hold, you have declared only 5 size of 5. It can hold only 5 characters. A, B, C, D, E. You have initialized also. It's very bad because you should not do this. I have told you because there are totally 6 characters. Why? Because I've given only 5. The /0 is including that. You have to always think while doing for string operations or when you deal with strings. That you should never forget. So let us start with a simple program on strings. First, we will start with a function main. So in this return type of main function, you are declaring 2 variables, string variables, cname and strname with size defined, with defined size. That is 15 and 30. So you are reading a string from terminal using scanf function and printf function. So first you have to enter, read a string from terminal, that is using scanf function or reading a function name. Enter your name. So you are reading into the variable cname. Again, you have to display. How do you display a string? Okay. Hello, you have inserted yourself. Percentage yes is, you have to remember for string, it is percentage yes. And cname followed by cname that holds your name of the string. And whatever the user has entered the name, that is stored in cname. So f/stdin is used to clear the input buffer and it will accept the next string. So I have used f/flush function, f/flush stdin. So flush stdin is required only in certain compilers to remove, it will remove the statements f/flush stdin. See, you have to observe the difference here, okay? If you remove this, then below for fgets will not wait for the user to provide a separate input string. Instead, it reads the content from the same input stream buffer where user provided input string already saved. So refer scans statement above what I have written here. So using fgets and puts to read and display the string. This is next one. How do you use fgets and puts? Gets and puts to read and write a string. Printf, enter your name using fgets. Okay. So fgets is a function. This takes the parameter, 3 parameters, strname, size of this, comma, stdin to read the string. So it will print hi. So puts means it will display the string. So fgets means it will read the string. Puts means it will display the string. So printf, you are printing the using puts. Okay. So now to practice, I've given some programs. I mean, from this one to for practice to prompt the user to enter his name and then display a greetings message based on current time. For example, if the current time is in between 12 a.m. to 11:59 a.m., it has to display good morning username. If it is 12 p.m. to 3:59 p.m., it should say good evening. Good evening, followed by username. If it is 8 p.m. to 11:59 p.m., it should say good night. So we have to tell the user to enter his name and also display a greeting message based on current time. Okay. This is I have given for the practice session. I mean, for practice. So please work out.